Good morning, everyone. Yes, the big fall in unemployment has been driven by more jobs being created in the private sector. Now, the figures are all heading in the right direction, but unemployment is still high, and it's particularly hard for young people, even though the number of people under the age of 24 without a job has fallen by 90,000. Also, there's the issue of wages, with millions of people seeing the cost of living rise much faster than their pay. Well, with me now is Dominic Harvey from Total Jobs and Lucy Collins, a young person who's recently found work. Good morning to you both.
Hello.
Lucy, I'm going to start with you because we met back in September, didn't we? And you were looking for a job then. You'd been out of work for a while. Tell us what's happened since then.
Well, since then, I've obviously been looking still for jobs, and I didn't want to be in a job that I hadn't trained for. I'd been training for 3 years in London, and I didn't want to get stuck in a job that I didn't enjoy. So I decided to do my own thing and set up my own kind of business-like thing, gigging around pubs and parties and clubs, and also teaching singing at a local dance school. And in the new year, I'll be doing private singing lessons as well, and it's kind of worked out well.
And you seem much happier in yourself since doing that. It's been really hard for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how hard was it when you were looking for a job?
I found it really hard to go into an interview and, say, yeah, I really want this job and stuff, when I didn't really want that kind of job. I was auditioning as well in London still for West End work, and that's what I really wanted, and I realised I needed to do something that I really enjoyed. Yeah,
so, and Dominic, how common is Lucy's story that people are, applying for jobs they don't necessarily want and it's still really hard? Yeah,
well, I think it's a case of necessity. It's great to see what Lucy's doing, and I think it's becoming an increasingly attractive option the longer you've been looking, and it's almost as if you've got nothing to lose by trying something with the skills that you know best, which are what you've trained for.
Yeah, just looking at the figures as well, there's a suggestion that there are now more job vacancies than there have been for the last 3 years. Is that the case across all sectors?
I'd say broadly yes, although it's the kind of work that these vacancies are. There's been a lot of talk about underemployment, part-time work, etc. And I think these figures, we must remember, are slightly skewed from the seasonal point of view. It looks as though there's been a strong Christmas recruitment drive, but this needs to be sustained for us to see real positives through to next year.
And Lucy, when I met you, I also met you with quite a few of your friends. What's happened with them? Because you were all out of work at the time.
Yeah, one of my good friends, Daniel, he now works at a nursery, and he's also doing teaching at the dance school as well, so it's kind of worked out right, really.
So you're starting to get there, and you feel happier than you did?
Yeah, definitely.
And do you feel confident you get it? Because you've been quite entrepreneurial with everything you've done. Do you feel confident that there's enough work out there for you?
Yeah, definitely, because I needed something that was really flexible as well, so I could travel to London and audition still for musicals and stuff like that I want to do. But yeah, it's just worked out a lot better now.
Great, well, it's lovely to hear a nice story, and thank you both for your time this morning.
Thanks.
That's it from me for now.
It's good to hear a little bit of good news, Steph. Thank you.
Thanks, Steph.